So guys, welcome back to the series, another episode here. And as you may already know, Lorenzo Castorre has been having a pretty decent time in Real Madrid recently. He was struggling at first at the beginning, a couple of bad games in a row, but things have been going on much better now for him. He's been scoring goals regularly, very frequently, and he feels comfortable, he's adaptive, he's playing really well, and Real Madrid have been flying through this season. So far we're unbeaten, and in this game against Alkmaar in the Champions League, we didn't win, it was a goalless draw, but it was enough to seal first place, which makes our last game against Man City completely pointless. And now we had to play Espanyol in the game just before the Ballon d'Or ceremony. Now obviously Lorenzo Castorre felt like he was one of the favourites. He had an amazing year with Liverpool, won the Premier League, won the FA Cup, won the Best Player of Europe award. But the Ballon d'Or is always a little bit more than that, you know. They ask for a Champions League, an international trophy, and he wasn't able to take home the Champions League with Liverpool. They were knocked out in the semis, but he still felt very confident in the fact that he could do it, although he had a lot of competition. And here, Vinicius Jr, his teammate, took the lead for Real Madrid. Lorenzo Castorre had a good match today. Obviously he wanted to do a good demonstration before the ceremony, as he felt like he really had a chance. And right before the game ended, Castorre was through on the wing. A sensational goal by Lorenzo Castorre. Simply sensational. I have nothing else to add. That is absolutely outrageous. The way he takes the ball on the wing, drives it into the box himself, and then dribbles past the defender right before sliding it in with a curve into the back of the net. That is simply antológico, and I think with this he wanted to say, I am ready for the Ballon d'Or. Give it to me if you want, or don't give it to me if you don't want, but I am a player who eventually is going to take it home. And then came the night of the Ballon d'Or ceremony in Paris, the capital of France. Lorenzo Castorre had a good feeling that he had a good shot at winning this award. For him and for his family, it would mean everything. A boy from Chile who grew on nothing and did what he loved the most, playing football. And now the time had come to select the winner of the Ballon d'Or. Vinicius Jr, Castorre's teammate, had taken home the Ballon d'Or for himself. Obviously Lorenzo was happy for him, his teammate, his ally, his friend, so he wasn't going to be jealous or anything, but Castorre did feel like he had his own merits to win it too. But he wasn't going to let that discourage him. It was a team award and he was happy to see his teammate win it for himself. But if you know Lorenzo, if you know him really well, you'll know that next time he won't accept just a simple, well, you did good enough, but you're not the winner of the Ballon d'Or. No. He got close enough this time, and he wasn't going to let it get away from him another time. Took an early lead in the next game, dribbling himself across the pitch, making the space for himself. No problem, he just drives the ball home without a care in the world. Lorenzo was determined, he was hungrier than ever before. Despite being only 20, he knew he had the quality to eventually win the Ballon d'Or. It didn't happen this year, but next year he was determined to take it home for his family and for himself. Anyway, we didn't win this game against Tenerife, because for some reason they turned into prime Barcelona against us. But up next we had Granada. We were still unbeaten in the league and we wanted to keep expanding our lead. You know, we have been playing a really good season so far. Lorenzo with a nice header, a nice cross by Trent, but then later on in the first half, an exquisite ball over the defense by Bellingham from across the pitch from the center of his own half meets a perfect touch by Lorenzo Castorre. And I'm not even exaggerating, that is a perfect touch with the outside of the foot, curls it nicely into the bottom corner, and it's 1-0. Football can be that simple. You catch the defenders off guard, control the ball with the touch of an angel, and just curl it home. Could have extended the lead later on. Lorenzo set up his teammate, who missed a pretty open goal. But overall, you could just see the hunger inside of him. He was determined to become the best player in the world. But on top of that, we're also having an amazing season. 41 points in the league from 15 matches, only 2 draws and 0 losses. We are truly unstoppable. And after that, we had to visit the Etihad Stadium of Manchester City to finish the Champions League group stage. Our position as first place had been sealed, so we weren't playing for anything, but Man City were. They needed to win against us and hope that Porto and Alkmaar drew to go through as second place. And they took the lead against us. We didn't have any reaction in the first half, and we went to the break trailing. Now, like I said before, we really weren't playing for anything, but Real Madrid and Lorenzo Castorre, they will not stop. They will not accept a single defeat. They just go on and go on and go on. Lorenzo assists Rodrigo, great teamwork, and the play was just getting overall better every single day. There we see a back heel, and later on in the 82nd minute, Castorre got through on goal and finished it very calmly. No pressure, just puts it in the back of the net. Job complete, we beat Manchester City. We didn't have to, but you know what? We did, because we are that good. No losses so far this season, only a few draws in the league and in the Champions League, and Man City is knocked out. We topped the group, no problemo, 14 points from 18, no defeats, and we move on to the last 16. Also, Liverpool, my former club, got eliminated in the Champions League group stages. I really wanted the best from them. But anyway, thinking about the future, we play Roma in the last 16 of the Champions League with Real Madrid. I am very excited, it is an interesting team. And to end the video, I am going to quickly summarize the last couple of league games we played before the half point through the season. We had a couple of difficult games in a row, a few 0-0 draws, and Lorenzo Castorre, he stopped finding the back of the net. Obviously, he had scored in many back-to-back games, in many games in a row, in many consecutive games, but things were getting a little slower. Although he still racked up assists, no problem, setting up teammates for success. He's done this all the time and he keeps doing it. Vinicius Jr. there gets in the back of the net with the assistance of Lorenzo Castorre. But as you may know, he is a killer and he always wants more. He doesn't have enough with assists, he doesn't have enough with victories, he wants goal. And by the way, there was a handball here. For some reason, the referee said nothing, he ignored it. And Lorenzo Castorre was a bit frustrated with himself because he wanted more goals and it had been a couple of games without anything. But I'm going to leave the video here because there is so much stuff coming, so many things I want to talk about, so many personal things about Lorenzo that I want to share as well. We're top of the league, 14 points above the rest, and most importantly, we have reached the halfway point through the season. 25 matches played, 12 goals scored, and 6 assists. What do you think so far? Do you think Real Madrid did well in paying that hefty fee? Or do you think that Lorenzo Castorre hasn't been worth it so far and maybe needs more time?